in Fitzroy Street, 1287 2TM.
It's 9 minutes past 1. Good afternoon and welcome back to our coverage, our live coverage, ongoing live coverage of the 53rd Annual Toyota Tamworth Country Music Festival. My name is Dan and our coverage is brought to you by our great friends at McDonald's. Joining me live in studio, another fantastic duo and Golden Guitar winners had a huge year at the Night of Nights last year. Felicity Urquhart, Josh Cunningham, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. Good to be with you.
Lovely to chat with you for the very first time.
Yeah, nice to meet you, and we love the air-conditioned comfort. Not that it's been that hot here in town. We can't whinge too much yet, can we?
No, it's been very unlike Tamworth weather. I mean, it's just starting to rear its head, and just the weather forecast there, it was it's going to look back to normal transmission the next few days.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, I touched on last year's Golden Guitar Awards, and I mean, it'd be remiss of me not to mention it. What a massive night for your pair. Huge, because Size Up, what a great song, and it collected all the flowers there at the Golden Guitars in 2024.
Oh, look, it was a real thrill. I'm not sure how much of a thrill it was for Felicity compared to me, because she's an old hand at collecting golden guitars. It was the first time for me, and to walk away with 3, and for that song as well, which is a really special one, was really gratifying.
Very good.
I don't like it when he says the old bit, though, Dan.
Look, you're in reaching distance, so you're very game.
Get a banjo in the head in a minute.
Well, I'll ask you, Josh. I mean, obviously, Felicity, you've been coming to Tamworth you're from Tamworth.
Yeah.
Not coming to Tamworth, you're born here. We'll talk a bit more about, I guess, the festival, but more so for yourself. Was the Tamworth Country Music Festival something on your radar pre-collaboration with Felicity?
Oh, yeah, it was. And in fact, I came here, I think it was the late 90s or early 2000s. And I'm a member of the Waifs, an Australian band, and we came here. Some of the members of the band put on a play, which we did. It was called the Retreat Theatre.
Right.
I don't know what it is now, but it's anyway, beautiful little old church that had been repurposed into a theatre. And we put on a play, 2 shows a day, and it was really in a period that I would think of as a heyday of the festival. There was just people everywhere. It was a fantastic vibe, and besides that, I've always been a lover of country music, so I've been following. Keeping my finger on the pulse with all things Tamworth and the festival for many years.
Cool. And knowing you're a member of the Waves, that's right. I thought, because I know, and especially now, and Felicity, I'll talk to you about this shortly, but how country music's just become so, is there even a genre now? Because it's so mainstream, it's so common. There's so many different types that it's all sort of, that one little barrel's now just one big vat of
Well said.
country.
Yeah. Well,
We're all in the vat.
Thank you.
It's all just music,
Like the cooking, melting pot.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all music, and you just hope that we all find our people, don't we? So whether it's the bush balladers are here, balladeers are here, the poets, the contemporary artists, there's so much on offer here that you really can get a taste of everything, and we love a bit of everything, and I think our music reflects all of that too, what we love and what we've grown up listening to. So there's a bit of Josh's folk influence and certainly my country heritage, so you put it together and you get us.
Well, and it's such a unique sound, and it's fantastic. I mean, it makes great music at the end of the day, which is what it's all about.
Oh, thanks, Dan. And we just love that, Tamworth is also a great place for young artists to start, and the evidence is there again in Peel Street. And our kids are out there again having a crack at their busking, and then we told them they can't busk tomorrow because we have our show at the Capitol Theatre. So we said, you can't set up in the morning because we've got to be for sound check and set up because we've got a 2:30 show there tomorrow. So every other day on the street with the kids. 16
golden guitars, is that accurate?
Oh, I think that would be accurate.
Well, Josh did say you'd won a couple.
There is a shelf at home that is buckling under the weight of all the golden guitars.
Oh, so they're not holding open the doors on a windy day?
No, we actually had to start a new little, space to put ours, because I think if we put those extra 3 on top, then the whole thing would have come down.
Ran out of room in the pool room.
They do actually make really good bookcase holders.
Yes, so the books fall over. Yeah,
sorry, thank you. Thanks for the words, yeah.
And I just wanted to briefly just touch on how you guys first got together to collaborate. Just expand on that story for those who may not be aware.
Yeah, we got invited into something called the Song Club, a mutual friend of ours, Sam Hawksley, put the invitation out, and it was literally a club where you wrote a song a week.
Yeah.
And it was all over email, so we were kind of sending in our tunes and hearing each other's songs, and I think we kind of had a bit of an admiration for what each other was doing on that level, and Fliss invited me to come around and let's have a go at writing a song in person sometime, and I came along, and the listeners can't see this, obviously, but Felicity's holding a little banjo on her lap.
The streaming people can see it. Here it is, this banjo.
It's a beautiful banjo.
Yeah, well, I bought that with me, and I think on account of that banjo, I've never left.
You're the collateral damage.
Yes.
So you said that was done via emails in 2020. Was that a direct result from COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit. I mean, it was a really nice thing as well to be able to feel like you're part of a community, even though we couldn't physically be, you know, in the same space. We could write songs together and stay connected. It was really a godsend at that time.
And then we got a bunch of tunes. We thought, why don't we? Well, we thought maybe we could do a show together. And if we're going to do that, why don't we try and write some songs together? And then, hey, this is all right. Why don't we record? It all just naturally sort of happened. And here we are working on now our third album. So when we go back after the festival, we head into the studio, then we drop tools and head to Tasmania and Victoria for some more tour dates. But we've got a new album and a new single about to be sent to you after Tamworth.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to receiving that. We'll take a short break, but first I just want to touch on a project you've been involved in here regarding first responders. Tell our 2TM listeners about that, because, I mean, they are the lifeblood of this country and we're lost without them.
Yes, we
and
are. any
support that's there for those important people in that industry. Tell us about how you've been involved in that.
Well, we got invited by wonderful Paul Field, who is the project manager of We See You, which is this great fundraising project for first responders, as you mentioned, raising funds and awareness for Fortum Australia. And we didn't know what Fortum was, and it is this great resource for families who have been touched firsthand by having a first responder in their family, because we put our hands up when we need help, but then they also need help, and there's some pretty heavy stuff that they have to go through. So it's a wonderful project to know that we're helping those that help us.
Yeah. And
we've both been helped by first responders, and there's nothing like reaching out and seeing a face and a hand to help you through tragedy. So it was just lovely when Paul said, hey, I've got an idea for a song. Would you guys write it for me and be on this album? And where were we? In Queensland somewhere?
We were on the road somewhere, and the deadline was looming, and we just had to get a song written and recorded. And we just happened to be going in the neighbourhood of a good friend who's got a studio.
Mick McCartan.
And so we wrote a song the night before, went into the studio the next day, recorded it.
On our day off.
And
musos don't have days off.
Oh, it was a great day. It was a good day.
It was a good day, yeah.
Oh, very good. And it's obviously very passionate about the project too, which is just so great to see.
Yeah, and it's an eclectic mix of artists to be included with, and our song is No One Needs to Hurt Alone, and we have our instruments to play that for you whenever if you'd like it, because it's been nice to send that message out too, that we all hurt, but no one should be on their own through those times, and it's about, reaching out to a neighbour and a mate and those that help to say, hey, you're going all right.
Well said. We might take a short break, keep our advertisers happy, but when we come back, I'm going to take you up on that offer, Felicity. Felicity Urquhart, Josh Cunningham here, live on 2TM's ongoing coverage of the Tamworth Country Music Festival, thanks to McDonald's.
At a time of sadness and loss, Sean Hamilton Funerals will guide and support you by arranging a funeral service to honour the life of your loved one. With 40 years' experience, Sean Hamilton Funerals listen to your wishes and combine them with the practical needs and legal requirements for a funeral service appropriate for you and your family. Available anytime to answer questions for your immediate needs or future plans. Sean Hamilton Funerals, Tamworth and Corindi's only locally owned and operated funeral director servicing the region and beyond.
Find out where your Macca's comes from the interactive McDonald's space on the corner of Fitzroy Street and Cable Avenue. This is Tamworth's best festival coverage, 1287 2TM.
Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Amanda.
We're a family-owned and operated bedding specialist store, 40 Rings, Tamworth.
Adjustable bases are a great lifestyle choice, from reading your favourite book to binging your favourite show.
With the biggest range in the region of adjustable bases on our floor, from raising your head and feet to massage and speakers, we are sure to have one that suits.
Currently, we're offering 50% off our adjustable bases and mattresses to suit.
Mention this ad and we'll deliver and set up at no charge.
40 Winks, serious about sleep.
69. The number of cancer-causing chemicals in tobacco smoke. 16. The number of places in your body that smoking causes cancer, including the bladder, bowel and pancreas. 1 in 5. The number of all cancers caused by smoking. 1. The number of clear ways you have to reduce your cancer risk. Quit smoking. Visit I Can Quit or call Quitline on 13 78 48. A New South Wales Government initiative.
I'm Carlo Cavallaro. Shop at any of my 5 IGA locations and you'll save with bargains like this.
Great Northern Super Crisp 30 packs, $55. Tooheys New 30 packs, $56. Bundy Cubes 24s, $90. Jim Beam or Canadian Club 4.8% 10 packs, 2 for $82.
For these and many more great specials, visit any of my 5 locations. Robert Street Shopping Village, Campbell Road Kalala, Fitzroy Street Walker, George Street Quirindi, Manila Street Manila, Carlos IGA. That's the way!
Tow World Tamworth carry an extensive range of parts for caravans, trailers and horse floats. And if they don't have what you're looking for, they'll order it for you. Carrying leading brands like Dometic, Alco, Gen Y Hitches, Coast RV, Camac, Airbag Man, Aussie Traveller, All-State Trailer Spares and many more. Find Tow World on the corner of Barnes and Lockheed Streets, Taminda, 6762 1033, dealer licence number MD094146.
Get your family and friends together this Australia Day to reflect, respect and celebrate our community with Tamworth Regional Council. With Australia Day awards, community barbecues, pumpkin bowls, games, live entertainment and fireworks happening across our region. So whether you're in Barraba, Bendemeer, Katingal, Manila, Nundle, Woolamin or Tamworth, head to Council's website and search Australia Day 2025 to see what's on near you. Assisted by the Australian Government through the National Australia Day Council.
Find out where your Macca's comes from the interactive McDonald's space on the corner of Fitzroy Street and Cable Avenue. This is Tamworth's best festival coverage, 1287 2TM.
It's 20 minutes past 1 here on 1287 2TM. I'm Dan, bringing you the midday or the mid-afternoon portion of our ongoing live coverage of the 53rd Annual Toyota Tamworth Country Music Festival. Our coverage brought to you by McDonald's. Joining me live in studio is multiple Golden Guitar winning duo Felicity Urquhart and Josh Cunningham. Welcome back, guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Good to be with you, Dan.
Got your guitar, you've got your beautiful banjo. You're going to play a song for us, which, just recap, we spoke about it just before the break.
Well, it's from the First Responders album that we've been a part of, We See You. And folks can jump on streaming platforms and grab it. They know that they're donating to a worthy cause, and we're certainly going to include this in our show tomorrow.
We are indeed.
Great stuff. Take it away, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4. Silence is a heavy burden that is built, the bird is flown. If you call, I will answer. No one needs to hurt alone. It's underlined in bloody red. State of mind, state of dread has buried you alive again. A lonely room, a vacant stare. Behind your eyes, a memory flare is calling you to shift the stain. No one ever needs to hurt alone. Bitter blue, pity, pain, ghosts of fear return again. Racing death, running lost. No one ever needs to hurt alone. Needs to hurt alone. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. Silence is a heavy burden that is built, the bird is flown. If if you call, I will answer. No one needs to hurt alone. Strength is gone, you won't last. Dog-eared pages of your past. Journey back, return again. No one ever needs to hurt alone. No one knew what would unfold. No one ever needs to hurt alone. Hurt alone. No one ever needs to hurt alone. Hurt alone.
Yay! Great song, guys. It's.
Thanks, Dan.
I know the message behind it, but it's still very hard not to chair dance to.
Well, we thought it was important to have a bit of energy and a bit of grit to it because, you know, the message, it's a bit sad that people do, but it also kind of makes you angry when people needlessly hurt alone and, you know, and suffer when they don't need to. So we thought we've got to put a bit of passion into this one.
And the recorded, is the recorded track a bit more up produced or is it acoustic?
No, we've got the full drums and there's all sorts of stuff going on there. There's a lot of power in the recorded version.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look forward to hearing that.
Yeah, well, you'll be hearing it.
Well, I was going to say, I know where a lot of people will be hearing it tomorrow afternoon at 2:30pm at the Capitol Theatre.
That's right, and our rhythm section, who are on the recording, will be playing with us as well.
Yeah,
so it's a full band experience.
Yeah. And Josh Schubert, and
And as you said, we're getting back to regular transmission weather-wise. So, you know, mid-afternoon, there might be 20 odd people still around. You know, that are going to want to escape the heat because I think that's all the tickets that are left at the moment.
Right, so nearly sold out.
Nearly sold out.
Which is just lovely.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, if you're thinking about going to see Felicity Urquhart and Josh Cunningham, stop thinking about it. Go and buy your tickets because it will sell out.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 38 degrees tomorrow, so whack 10% on it. It's going to hit 40. It's going to be a stinker with 100,000 bodies around. It generates heat. Get out of the heat. Get into Centrepoint Tamworth to the Capitol Theatre.
Thanks, Dan.
And have a couple of hours of two of Australia's finest performing here in our own backyard.
And we might even get a couple of special guests up who've been out busking our little 11 and 13-year-old. But we don't know yet. The girls have to say yes. It's all up to them if they feel like it.
They'll pull rank, will they?
Well, you know what they say, never work with dogs or children, but we work with both.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to chat about before we let you go?
Just a big thanks. All the support of 2TM over the years. It's just so wonderful. We have this great home here in Tamworth, continuing and supporting all the artists. So thanks, guys, for the work you do.
Look, absolutely our pleasure. Again, without the artists, there's no industry. So
it's a double whammy. We all help each other.
Felicity Urquhart, Josh Cunningham, this Wednesday afternoon, that's tomorrow, 2:30pm at the Capitol Theatre. Tickets on sale, grab them at the box office. Don't wait to get them on the door. They will be all gone.
Woo!
Felicity, Josh, thank you so much.
Thanks Dan.
It's Felicity Urquhart and Josh Cunningham here, live in the 2TM studios, our ongoing live coverage of the 53rd Annual Toyota Tamworth Country Music Festival, all thanks to Macca's. We'll take a short break. Up next, I'll be chatting with an absolute superstar, Queensland's Tyler Rodriguez. She wowed the big audience in Toyota Park